Whoa, 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 yeah, we are in the midst of
Good day, friends. It is me, HLModTech, and today I'm going to take you on a journey where I show you how to make this sweet dueling roller coaster. So, my friends, let's get cracking. Alright, so the first step is to get the file. I'm going to show you how I loaded at school. If you are out on the internet, I have attached this to the description of the video, but in class it is in the Modtech folder, and then find Ride Designer. And when you launch it, it gives you the blank park. Make sure you always open the park, pick a price. I like to add a couple of quick rides just so I'm sure that people aren't too grumpy to start out. I'm going to scooch over here and grab the eye poppers. I'm going to drop in the little mini figure 8 track. Remember, this white bar is where it needs to be for the entrance and exit, so I rotate that around. I'm going to right click to get rid of a couple trees, put the exit in one spot and the entrance in the other. You can always tell the entrance because it has the little lights at the top. Make sure you green light it, pick a price. I'm going to hold it down until it says $1.50 or so. And then go to your paths, and I've mentioned this many times. I always snake my paths, so I use my property the most efficiently. If you press enter, it rotates the world, and then you can click on your gray paths to finish. Remember, you always have the rails for the lines at the entrance and gray paths, or better yet, just plain paths where people just walk in and out. It is also good to have the entrance and exit close to each other because as your mechanics fix your rides, they always check one side. When they're done there, they move to the other side to finally re-enable the ride. Speaking of those people, let's hire them right now. I'm going to bring out a handyman, and I'm going to just drop him here. And then I always like to tell them where I want them to work and what I want them to do so they're not wasting time mowing grass or watering gardens. If you want to do that, you may. I just choose not to. I'm also going to hire the dude to fix things. Once again, dropping him down. If you want to have fun, you can name these. I'm going to have a dude named Bob that fixes my stuff. And I'm going to make the dude that cleans. Let's click on him and change his little tag to be Steve, which happens to be my father's name. So hey, happy Father's Day, Pops. Alright, so I'm going to close all those little windows now that I've got that part taken care of. And let's go to rides. And I want to go to roller coasters. And I'm going to play with the Steel Mini. Now remember, I gave you the Ride Designer because it has every possible coaster built in. When I click Steel Mini, I'm going to choose Build Custom Design. I'm going to rotate it this way. I'm going to give myself some room to be away from that, and then I'm going to add 4 of these. I'm keeping track because I'm going to build the exact same coaster in 2 different spots. I'm going to right click and get rid of those trees, and I'm going to start simple. I'm going to go straight up. I'm going to make sure I turn on the chains. I'm going to click twice. I'm going to flatten it. I am going to slope down once at the gentle slope, and then that lets me do this sweet bendy turn so I can have room to put my station entrances and exits down here. I'm going to let it go flat. I'm going to slope it one more time and then go flat. Then I'm going to slope up so it's got a little hill. Then I'm going to go flat, slope back down, and I'm going to take note of these ride heights. See how this is 8 and this is 6? I want 2 ride heights around the end here so I can bring my paths underneath it. So I'm going to bulldoze that back so this ride height stays at 8. I'm going to move around 2 clicks, and then I'm going to do a gentle turn and a gentle turn. And that's going to be too steep, so I'm going to bulldoze that back and move out 2 more before I do my gentle turn, and then I can bring this down to the ground for them to meet up at the ride. So there is ride number 1. I'm going to put the entrance out here and the exit right here, and then I'm going to build this exact same ride exactly beside it. So they're going to be what's called adjacent, which is going to give us the cool ability to have the adjacent stations synchronized. So on Roller Coaster 1, station synchronized. I'm going to go back to the build mode. I want that same coaster. I need to rotate it as I did before, and then I'm just building the exact same thing. Straight up with the chain, pop, pop, flat, slope it down 1, gentle curve the other way, flatten it out. Oops, missed my flat, I think. Let's try that again. So I'm watching my heights over here to make sure they're similar, or better yet, the same. I'm going to bulldoze that back, and it looks like I sloped down 1 more, then I went flat. So now I can see the 7s. Then I sloped up so there was a little hill. There's my 9s. Let's flatten that back out. Slope it down 1. I kept my 8. And then I'm just going to add a bunch of those before I finally do my gentle turn. I missed by 1, so I'm going to back that up to straight. And now do my gentle turn, pop, pop. Bring it back down to the ground. I think I did a straight first. And now bring it down, pop, pop. Nope, I was wrong. Bulldoze, bulldoze, bulldoze. Straight down, pop, pop. And then finally flat. Once again, do my entrance and exit. I'm going to click on this one as well, change its settings to be synchronized with adjacent stations. That means these 2 station platforms are side by side in the same size. And let's do a quick test. If I hit the test button and the test button, it pulls the cars up. I'm making sure that my coasters work. Don't worry about them being synchronized on this first run. Worry about that once you see that it's successful and you actually launch the rides. Alrighty then, there they go. No crashes, so let's change that price. I'm going to raise this up to $2. Raise this one up to $2 as well. And let's build in our paths. As I've said before, snake to make money. I'm going to spin the world around with the enter key so I can see better what I'm doing. And then because I built this 8 high, I can just drive the paths underneath. And people can walk to and from the coasters and test them out. Let's see how much cash we can make on this sweet little coaster. I'm going to green light this one. And I'm going to green light this one. And boom, they will get synchronized and we'll see just how sweet they look. And there you can see the first set of guests that are starting to flock in and give that ride a sweet test. Let's check its settings real quick and see just how cool it's turned out. Medium, medium, and low. So that means it should make everybody happy. And if we check the other one, it should be close to the same. Medium, medium, low. A little bit different numbers. I must have made one turn just a little bit different. This does look a little wider here, so I might have went shorter on that side. And that may also change who wins and loses, which is really cool. I'm going to add another one of these eye poppers real quick just to see if we can get more people in the park. Remember, when you put this one in, you just pop, 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 pop to make it nice and super tall. I like to go as tall as it can be. Entrance is always further from the path. Exit is closer. Keep all your windows organized. I'm going to close all those. Got my entrance and exit added, so now I can go to my tower and I can green light it. Pick a price. And then add the paths. Queue lines for where they stand. Plane lines for how to get to the exits. As you can see, the park is starting to fill up and there are people jumping in line for the rides, which is super cool. Let's see what kind of cash we're making on this ride. If we hit Roller Coaster 1, it is currently $336 per hour, but look at those people jumping in line. Also, it was just raining, so that probably changed it as well. Real quickly, I'm going to add some shops. Make the park more attractive. Let's give it first restrooms in case people aren't feeling good. Drop one of those right there. Remember, when you drop them in, you always need to green light them. Let's go back and build an information kiosk. That way, if it rains again, I'll be able to make money off the umbrellas. Always rotate them so they're aimed at your path. All of those spots were unacceptable, so let's put it right here instead. Never forget to green light it, and then if you're doing one of these, make sure you also raise those umbrella prices to about $5 so you make $3 per umbrella when it rains, because when it does rain, people are going to be interested. Check out how well timed that was as it was synchronized. Check out how many people are in line. Let's see what kind of money we're making on this now. $528 per hour. Let's check its twin, Roller Coaster 2. $192 an hour as it starts to build up. Friends, when you're done, make sure you save. You do not want to lose your work. I always save with a new name, so I'm going to call this day 2. And I always put it in my documents folder so I don't lose it. Alrighty, my friends, so right there I showed you how to make a dual coaster. Now your challenge is to make one that's way more epic than the simple little mouse coaster that I made. And remember, friends, if you do conquer this, you are trying to make one that is high, high, and low, which means above 5 for both excitement and intensity and below 5 for nausea. Share it with us at Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at HLModTech, or also you can just leave us a comment at HLModTech.com. Friends, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.